The topic I chose to present was abortion in the case of rape. This is the first slide about my rough draft video. So, the introduction. Would you ever think if you or someone in your family got raped and had to have a child from a criminal? Would you feel comfortable with that child? Would you love him or her like you would love any other child? And that would be a nightmare for the rest of your life, and that's why I strongly support abortion in the case of rape. In the discussions of whether abortion should be permitted in the case of rape or incest, Ms. Stephanie Roth, a Catholic woman, argued that women can heal from rape and there is no situation in which a child should be killed. So, what I chose as my anchor text was an article written by Aaron Shorrockman and Amy Sherman titled Liberal Pundit, Marco Rubio Opposes Rape, Incest, Abortion Exception. I chose this article as my anchor text because of many reasons. At first, this article, which was an interview to the Republican presidential candidate and Florida Senator Marco Rubio, was the article that supported my own point of view about this topic. Also, I strongly think this article is 100% reliable because the person that expresses his point of view is a professional, and the fact that he thought that way made me feel that my own point of view was a point of view of many other people in relation to this topic. On the other hand, the other two articles were two opposing viewpoint articles. One was titled Cruz Makes His Case Against Abortion Rape Exception by Steve Bannon, and Abortion Never the Answer, Says Lips Candidate by Farrah Thomasin and Josh Gordon. These two articles had a lot in common. Both of them treated, they had the same point of view, which was that abortion shouldn't be allowed under any circumstance. That's why it was an opposing viewpoint article. At first, in the article about Ted Cruz, he says that abortion shouldn't be allowed under any circumstance because it's not a child's fault. And on the other article, Abortion Never the Answer, Says Lips Candidate, they treat basically the same thing. So, my anchor text quotation and opposing view quotation. Marco Rubio states, I'll support any legislation that reduces the number of abortion, and there are those that have an exception in it. What I've never done is said I require that it must have or have not exceptions. This was my anchor text quotation about the article I supported, which is Marco Rubio saying that he'd support any law that reduced the number of abortion rates, but he's conscious that there are those who have an exception in it, like rape or incest. On the other hand, we have Ted Cruz saying that when it comes to rape is a horrific crime against the humanity of a person, and it needs to be punished severely, but at the same time, as horrible as that crime is, he doesn't believe it's a child's fault. He would do everything he can to prevent the crime on the front end and to punish the criminal, but he doesn't believe it makes sense to blame the child. My own view is that I do support every law that could reduce abortion rates, but those who have an exception of incest or rape should have the right to decide whether they abort or not. In the case of rape, the woman has been extremely attacked, and if she doesn't want to have that child, that will remember the tragedy for the rest of her life, I completely understand it and support it. What do I disagree with? I disagree with my opposing text view that abortion should be illegal and unpermitted under all circumstances, because our recent research has shown that in the case of rape, the woman has been extremely attacked and psychologically harmed. I strongly think that if she doesn't want to have that child, the decision should completely correspond to her, as I said previously. So, basically, by saying that I disagree with my opposing view article, is saying that I completely agree with my anchor text. I think that my anchor text represented my own point of view. That's why I have a full agreement against my anchor text, which is basically that I would also I would support any law that reduced abortion rates, but I am conscious and I know that those who have an exception, like rape or incest, should have the right to decide if whether they want to have the child or no. So my conclusion was a real life article titled Woman Hunted by First Date Rape, Pregnancy and Abortion, about a young woman who became pregnant when she was raped on a first date And she says that this would be something that would haunt her for the rest of her life. She says, "I never thought my first baby would happen this way." This rape caused obviously her first pregnancy, and this would be something that would haunt this poor woman for the rest of her life. I strongly think this article is a good example of a real life situation in which a girl was raped and ended up pregnant, and she expresses how terrible she felt. I think that the experiences and reasons she tells us in this article are enough to come up to the conclusion that abortion should be allowed in the case of rape or incest. This is my bibliography, and thank you.